If you find a penny with the date 1976 and a small d under the date, that means you have a 1976 D Lincoln cent. The D stands for the Denver Mint, which is where the coin was made. This is a common 1-cent coin from the United States, and many people still have them in their jars, drawers, or old piggy banks. This coin shows a picture of Abraham Lincoln on the front, just like today's penny. The design has been the same since 1909, which is the year Lincoln pennies were first made. On the front of the coin, it says, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," on the left, and the year, 1976, with the D mint mark just below it on the right. On the back, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, with the words, "United States of America," above it, 1 cent, at the bottom, and "E Pluribus Unum," in small letters above the building. The 1976 D penny is made of copper and zinc. More exactly, it is about 95% copper and 5% zinc. These pennies were made before the U.S. Mint changed to a cheaper metal in 1982. So they feel a little heavier than modern pennies. The Denver Mint made over 4.2 billion of these coins in 1976. That's a huge number, so these coins are very common. Most 1976 D pennies are only worth 1 cent if they are old, scratched, or worn out. But if your 1976 D penny is in really nice shape, like shiny, clean, and with no damage, it could be worth a little more. Coin collectors like coins that are in mint state condition. That means they look almost new, like they just came from the mint. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin that grades 65 or higher is worth more than average. A 1976 D penny in mint state could be worth between 10 cents and maybe $1 or $2, depending on how nice it looks. If the color is still red and bright, and there are no marks or scratches, collectors may pay a bit more for it. Some pennies from 1976 also have mint errors. These are special because something went wrong while the coin was being made. Examples of errors include off-center strikes, double dies, or coins that were struck on the wrong type of metal. These kinds of mistakes are rare, but if you find one, the coin could be worth much more, sometimes even $50, $100, or more depending on the type of error. One known error on the 1976 D penny is the BIE die break. This is a small raised line between the letters B and E in the word liberty. It looks like an extra I. It's not super rare, but it's fun to find and worth a bit more than a regular penny. If you think your coin is in great shape or might have an error, you can take it to a coin shop or show it to a coin dealer. There are also grading companies like PCGS or NGC that can check the coin and give it a grade. They can tell you exactly how much it's worth. Even though most 1976 D pennies are not valuable, they are still fun to collect. They are part of U.S. history and many people enjoy building sets of Lincoln pennies from every year and mint. So before you spend that 1976 D penny, take a second look. It might be just 1 cent, or it might be something special. Did you find a penny with the date 1972 and no letter under the date? You might be holding a 1972 Lincoln cent from the Philadelphia Mint. The front shows a picture of Abraham Lincoln. It also says, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," on the left side, and the year, 1972, on the right. Unlike coins from Denver or San Francisco, pennies made in Philadelphia during this time don't have a mint mark. That's normal. On the back of the coin, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial Building. It says, "United States of America," across the top, "E Pluribus Unum," in small letters above the building, and 1 cent at the bottom. This design was used from 1959 to 2008. The 1972 penny is made mostly of copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc. It feels a little heavier than newer pennies made after 1982, which use mostly zinc. In 1972, the U.S. Mint made over 2.9 billion pennies in Philadelphia, so this coin is very common. Most 1972 pennies you find in pocket change today are worth only face value, just 1 cent. But if your 1972 penny is in great shape, it could be worth more. If it looks shiny and has no scratches or marks, it might be in what collectors call mint state condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, and a high grade means a better-looking coin. A 1972 Lincoln penny with a grade of MS 65 or higher can be worth anywhere from 10 cents to $1 or more. Coins with a bright red color and no damage are worth the most. Now here's where things get interesting. In 1972, there was a famous error made at the Philadelphia Mint. It's called the 1972 double die obverse. That means the front of the coin was stamped twice by mistake, making some parts look like they have shadows or double letters. If you look closely at the words, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date, 1972, and they all look doubled or blurry, you might have one of these rare error coins. The doubling is easiest to see in the word Liberty. This is not a small or tiny error, it's clear and easy to notice without a magnifying glass. If you have a real 1972 double die penny in good shape, it can be worth a lot. Even in worn condition, it might be worth $100 or more. In top condition, it could sell for several $100s or even over $1,000 to the right collector. There are also other, less valuable double dies from 1972, called minor varieties. They don't show as much doubling, but they're still fun to look for. Collectors often look through rolls of pennies just to find one of these special coins. You might find one in a coin jar or from pocket change if you're lucky. If you think you found a 1972 double die, or your coin looks extra clean and shiny, you can take it to a local coin shop or send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. They can confirm if it's real and tell you how much it's worth. Even though most 1972 pennies are not rare or valuable, they are still a great part of U.S. coin history. Lincoln cents have been around for over 100 years, and collecting them is a fun hobby for people of all ages. So before you spend that 1972 penny, take a good look at it. You might have a common coin, or you might have something special hiding in plain sight. You never know, one little penny could turn into a cool discovery or even a valuable treasure. 1964 SMS Lincoln cent is one of the rarest and most talked about pennies in the coin world. SMS stands for Special Mint Set, which is a type of coin set that looks better than normal coins but not quite as fancy as proof coins. These coins usually have a sharp strike, smooth surfaces, and a satin-like finish. But here's the strange thing, no official SMS sets were supposed to be made in 1964. In 1964, the U.S. Mint was very busy making coins for circulation. There was a coin shortage, so the Mint focused on making lots of regular coins for people to use in daily life. At the time, they were not making special sets. The U.S. had made proof sets from 1950 to 1964 and then switched to special mint sets starting in 1965. So, technically, there should not be any SMS coins dated 1964, but a few of them somehow exist. Only a very small number of 1964 SMS Lincoln cents are known. Experts believe fewer than 20 exist. Some say only 6 have been confirmed. These coins were not made for the public and were probably created for testing or as a private project at the Mint. Now, about the D Mint mark, this is where things get confusing. Most known 1964 SMS cents do not have a mint mark, which means they were struck in Philadelphia. But there have been rumors and unconfirmed reports of a 1964 D SMS Lincoln cent. The D would mean it was struck at the Denver Mint. As of now, no officially confirmed 1964 D SMS Lincoln cent has been verified by major grading services like PCGS or NGC. So if someone says they have one, it might either be a regular 1964 D cent that looks a little shinier than normal, or it could be something incredibly rare, but it would need to be studied very closely. So how do you tell if your 1964 cent is one of these rare SMS coins? These special coins have a very unique look. They have sharp, strong details, especially in Lincoln's hair and the lettering. Smooth, satin-like surfaces without the mirror shine of a proof coin. No contact marks or scratches, like they were carefully handled. A very even color and tone across the whole coin. If you think you might have a real 1964 SMS penny, with or without a D, it's important to get it checked by a professional. You can send it to grading companies like PCGS or NGC. They are the best at identifying rare coins like this. If real, a 1964 SMS Lincoln cent is extremely valuable. In high grades, these coins have sold for over $10,000 at auction. One example graded SP68 by PCGS sold for nearly $30,000. But remember, these are not regular pennies. Most 1964 and 1964D pennies are common and only worth face value unless they are in perfect condition or have errors. So if you find a 1964D penny that looks shiny or special, don't get too excited just yet, but don't ignore it either. Compare it to other pennies, check the details, and maybe show it to a coin dealer or collector who knows what to look for. Just in case, because you never know. The